Now it started. Welcome everyone. Today we have a very special guest. We have Yash Agarwal. I'm not going to introduce him for you guys. You can introduce yourself, Yash.
Hey guys, so I am mainly an Instagram content creator and I talk about mental health and being fulfilled and stuff like that. And I've known Shamir for a while now, I'd say, but
Yeah,
it would be interesting how we met.
yeah. We'll get into that later on in the stream. But yeah, no. Tell the audience more about you because I'm guessing they haven't seen who you are. They don't really like. I don't think they're that cross. We don't have that much like similar followers. If you get what I mean.
Mm.
So
So I
introduce.
mean, I'm not as obviously I'm not as big of a creator as Sham is, but I recently started creating content around mental health because I think that's the most important aspect of self-improvement for me. And that's kind of our common ground, I think. Self-improvement is where that's how I met Shamir. And
Mm,
and I got inspired by his content to start creating myself. And I felt like I had a certain level of expertise in this one area of self-improvement, which is mental health. So I started to just share with other people what worked for me. And then that evolved into certain taglines, certain systems, and things that I keep saying over and over again in my videos. And you might have seen my videos on Instagram, but um, it's yeah, mental health is the one thing that I advocate for the most out of everything.
yeah. So going to like he's also a student. He's a first year university student at I can say it like you're a
Yeah.
first year university student at Oxford. He's very academically good. Uh, so how's Oxford? The big
It's uh man, they they don't lie about it being academically pressuring. You pack everything into 8 weeks, and this first term has been really tough for me. It's been the most tough studying that I've ever done because you have to sit there and deal with the fact that you know nothing about this and that you don't understand it. And you have to come to your own way of understanding what's in front of you.
mm, yeah. I don't know. I feel like a lot of they're asking in the chat. They're saying, "How are you?" I'm pretty good. What do you study?
I study computer science, and yeah, unfortunately, our subject does not get great rep, but it is what it is.
Always brown short Indians. Okay, we're not that short, but brown Indians. Um, yeah, nah, the CS stigma doesn't leave us.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, no, okay. Let's get into how we met. So basically, right, I was in so around like 3 years ago. Nah, was it 3 years ago? Yeah, it was like after year 11, right? I was watching this one content creator called Hamza. Now, Hamza has a lot of controversy around him right now. He may have a lot of like controversial views and stuff. But back in the day, he was actually just like a self-help, self-develop. It's kind of like Ali Abdal. He was like a self-help YouTuber who talked about meditation. He talked about going to the gym. He talked about like studying, revising, working, and stuff. And I was watching him, and I was like getting motivated to go to the gym. And that's when my like official. That's when the thought of me going to the gym formed. So I joined one of his like Discord style communities called Adonis Gang, right? It was like a group. It was like a Discord server, but a free one on application called School. So I joined this community, and he like Yash was also in this community along with another person, along with two other people, no, along with one other person. Um, and then we met through Hamza's Discord server, Adonis Gang. And back in the day, wait, can I reveal your Adonis Gang name?
Yeah, go for it, man.
So when we met on this random Discord server, his name was Bob Crawley. So I thought his name was Bob, and then like I remember asking him on chat like, "Are you Indian?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was a bit confused because like, what Indian guy do you know called Bob Crawley? Like, it's a bit weird. But Yeah, we met through there. I don't know. I feel like self improvement. I've been doing that. I've just been going gym and like revising, and then like I feel like I'm not gonna lie. Like self improvement in itself, it's not tangible enough. I don't know. What's your take on it? I don't think self improvement is what just improving your life, which is what just going to the gym, delayed gratification, and then like working. What quantifies as self improvement?
That's a really good question. I would say the closest thing you can get to, at least in my mind, to something tangible with self-improvement is have setting goals and being able to make progress towards them, which you can see on a measurable scale. That's the most tangible way of describing self-improvement, I think.
Hmm. Hmm. But is that tangible though? Like, what do you mean by setting goals? So, what if your goal is
It-
like something really degenerate?
that's where it's like that's where you get to the question of what you actually want.
Hmm.
And you can't really discredit someone for going for something that they if they truly want it and they're going for it, then I think that means you're winning on self-improvement. And then you can get into this whole debate of like, oh yeah, is it right to want this thing versus the other? But in my opinion, if an individual wants their own thing, that's okay as long as that's what they really want.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I get that, and I don't know. For me personally, I think self improvement, like self improvement, what people talk about self improvement is a bit too vast for me. Like, I feel like you should have a goal, like a productivity goal and a fitness goal, um, uh, and then just like work towards them. Don't you think? I think self improvement is a bit hard to like lay out
Mm.
because like what is self improvement? Like talking to people, like that's technically self improvement. That's actually where I disagree with Hamza. Because I agree with his like gym advice, and okay, I'm not gonna go into his like views about women and stuff. But I agree with his like working hard advice. But what I didn't agree with him was he was like, yeah, but like if you go and play video games with your friends, that's technically productive when it's not because it's not like technically you're doing social interaction, but it's not
Mm.
like it's not something productive. You know, it takes away from your main goal, which is just working. So I think, yeah, like 2 years on, what do you think? What is your view? How's your view changed in self improvement for self improvement? What's your view on Hamza? Because we both met through the Hamza Discord server. What's
Mm.
your view on Hamza?
Yeah, Hamza is where everything started for me, and
Mm.
that's where
He's
I
from Manchester, isn't it? He's from
yeah, he's also from
Warrington.
Manchester. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went like the uni he went to. I passed that every single day on my way to school. So
Have you met
that,
Hamza?
sorry,
Have you met Hamza?
no, I've not actually met Hamza, but
I remember
um,
Hamza. I was in like a Discord server for like YouTubers, and I submitted one of my videos, and Hamza was also in the like the YouTube video, but he commented something like the way you CTA'd was really bad or something like that. But that's the only
oh,
interaction I had with him.
damn, that must have been a while ago. But
Yeah.
yeah, my view is um, he's a bit immature. I think he's not really. He doesn't act his age in terms of maturity. He's a bit emotionally immature, and you can kind of see it in the way he switches up a lot with his content styles. He switches up um, on people. He switches up on Sam, his video editor. All of these things.
No, I can't lie. I'm on Hamza's side. I don't think what Hamza Sam did was that good.
Mm.
Okay,
I mean, at first, I'm not really educated on the whole
neither.
beat. I don't know, but it just kind of
No.
shows the lack of emotional stability with this guy. And I agree with a lot of his surface level advice, but beyond that, I don't think, past a certain self-improvement, it's not worth taking advice from him on
Yeah.
certain things.
In what things should you stay away from when it comes with taking advice from Hamza?
Um, I would say don't tunnel vision yourself. Don't you know, just like hear what Hamza says and then just like
Yeah,
believe that's the way to do something because um you might find other people who you resonate with more and who you're actually able to take action on their advice much better because it actually
yeah,
gets things in your brain much better.
yeah, yeah, 100%. Um, but yeah, no, I think with I actually started this entire thing by watching this guy named Ali Abdal first. And that's how I came to like the productivity space. But I think Hamza really helped the fitness part of me. But I feel like
Mm.
people base their entire identity around Hamza. Do you get that? Like people like have this. I feel like his values are a bit bad. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like
Mm.
I don't know. He's just
I
a
do agree.
he's like
Ali
really productive and like really
good.
like.
Are you going?
Huh? You don't agree with what?
You going? I was saying I agree with the fact that like yeah, Hamza his values are kind of interesting to say the
Yeah,
least.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, and I think Ali Abdal's definitely a great influencer, great guy. And
Mm,
I
yeah,
do love his videos, but I don't know. I think it's just Ali Abdal talks about very specific things, and
yeah.
it
He
uh,
he talks about like fitness, but he's not in shape,
mm,
which
that,
I don't know if I agree with.
mm.
But
So would you say
sorry,
yeah, self
what
just fitness and productivity?
do you say? Sorry, it cut
Would you
out.
say for you self improvement is just fitness and then product those two things?
For me personally, I'm focusing this channel on fitness, productivity, and then business. But like my life right now
Mm,
is productivity, fitness, and then business. And I feel like if you concentrate on those three things, by extension, like the other things come. Like you get so you socialize based on that. I don't think your goal shouldn't be to socialize. I think that's a bit weird. I think your goal should be something else, and then like friends come with that.
fair enough.
Yeah, but let's read some of the chat. Someone said, "What strategies do you advocate for?" And someone said, "What strategies do you advocate for to have good mental health, and what are the biggest mental health issues that we face, and how can we deal with them?" Can you see the screen from your phone?
Mm. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So what I teach is that there's two components to each thing you do. There's like a discipline component, like doing the hard part of it. And then there's also how much you enjoy doing it. And it might seem initially that it's like one or the other, right? The more discipline you need, the less enjoyable it's going to be. Um, but when you get into a certain like habit of doing hard things, you get past that hurdle of like discipline. So then you can basically view my entire ideology as find ways to do things which require both discipline, but they also give you joy. And if you strike that balance, that's when you're going to be so present and in flow state and fulfilled that your mental health issues.
Okay, wait. Can you expand on like the joy part? Like, what do you mean by
Mm.
things that give you joy? Because okay,
So
for
so
me,
I
going to the gym is hard, so I don't want to
mhm,
go to the gym.
mhm.
Like, what do
So
you?
so I don't. I'll start with what I don't mean by joy, and what I don't mean is pleasure. I don't mean dopamine, right? As in I don't mean something which is merely pleasurable
Mhm.
because joy is like basically healthy pleasure. It's not just pleasure because some forms of pleasure, as we know, are really unhealthy, right? If you eat junk food, it's really bad for you.
Mhm.
But joy can have guilt free. And so, um, for example, with the gym, the example that you gave, I think if you want to find joy in that, there are certain forms of exercise which you'll find more enjoyable than others. So it might be Muay Thai. You find Muay Thai really enjoyable,
Yeah.
and so that can be your form of fitness that you can focus on. And then you will go to the gym in order to gain strength for Muay Thai, and you'll actually find that enjoyable because you as yourself, I don't know, having a faster jab or something. And that's how you can integrate joy into fitness.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, fair. Like I believe in like the whole enjoyment thing. But
Mhm.
yeah, I don't like. Have you heard the saying that you shouldn't chase happiness?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't know if you should chase happiness. I feel like happiness is made because like if you progress towards your goal. Like for example,
Mhm.
I'll give you an example. Yeah, like a week ago, right? I was rated 1,900 elo on chess.com, and then I was like, okay, I'm so close to 2,000 elo. Let me just grind today
Yeah.
for the 2,000 elo. And it wasn't specifically like it was kind of hard, but I feel like getting there, getting the goal caused me to get joy or to derive
Okay.
joy from that. So
Yeah.
the goal or the process towards the goal was the joy or was the fulfillment. But in the moment, in that microsecond, if you look at my emotion in that microsecond, like grinding the chess.com like strategies and stuff and like the Queen's Gambit wasn't really it was quite hard for me in the moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I think that's a perfect example actually of where like you have this discipline plus joy dynamic going on, where like um it's this like healthy pursuit of something, right?
hmm
Um, and that's where you said you're deriving your joy from. So, and then obviously it's taking you discipline to think about, okay, what's my next move? How am I going to play this out? And that's where I'd say it's like you'd get into a flow state and
yeah.
um
I think you
it
should choose flow state.
yeah, exactly.
Flow
Flow
state.
state.
Yeah. Have you read the book Flow by Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi? I don't know how to say his name, but it's like Mihaly something.
I've heard of the book, but to be
You should
honest, I've
definitely read it. It's really, really good, in my opinion.
okay,
Yeah,
give
yeah.
it.
Okay, next question. Next question. Um, what would you say is the best way to set goals and achieve them? I think anything that helps you develop skills is useful, and this could be even talking to friends and reading a book. From my perspective on this, right, is you should have one productivity goal, one fitness goal, and you shouldn't have more than one. So, for example, your goal could be I want a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which I've had. Like you
Mm,
aim towards that goal and then you do everything to like align towards that goal. For another like fitness one is I want to bulk to 90 kg. Like that is a fitness goal where you have to go to the gym, you have to like get your eating right and stuff. And once you do that, you get to that goal. However, I don't agree with having multiple like if you read the book Essentialism by Greg
mm,
McKenna or however you say his second name, he doesn't have like he promotes the idea of not having multiple goals because it detracts from the goals. So I think you should have one productivity goal and one fitness goal. And now like what how the way my channel is evolving is I want everyone to have one like business sort of goal as well. It's like something you put your mind towards when it comes to making
mhm.
money. But that's the way I would advise you to set goals. But what would be your advice?
That's interesting. I think um I'm actually quite against the whole idea of essentialism because um I'm a much more of an advocate for maintaining other aspects and then progressing one a bit more. So like you can do the 80/20 in all the other aspects of your life, and then you
Yep.
can put 100 into everything for one aspect of your life that you want to progress in the most. And um
No, essentialism is basically like the goal setting principle. It doesn't mean you just have to concentrate on that one thing. It's just like when you work, when you do something
mhm.
productive, or when you work, you have one goal. Like
Oh,
if you're
okay.
gonna like exercise, you have one goal. Like for example, I could say I want to do this in Muay Thai. I wanna have a Muay Thai fight and then get a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu Jitsu. Those would be an example of not following essentialism because
Okay.
those are both exercise, but you have two different skill sets.
Right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I initially misunderstanding then that essentialism was just like, yeah, you just do go all in on one thing entirely for, like in terms of all of your goals, you just have one goal and that's it. So yeah, in that respect then I agree with essentialism. I think you can't want to, it's like wanting to bulk and then cut at the same
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah.
but you just can't achieve that.
Yeah, 100%. Shannon, do you go to Oxford? No, I go to UCL. He goes to Oxford. Uh, Opinion on Kajun Koi. Oh, I know that guy.
Oh, um, I like their videos a lot, and they're like they have a lot of really good advice. I just
Mhm.
think it's overproduced in a way almost for me, like
Yeah,
um
yes.
Netflix show.
Mhm. So you cut out.
Yeah, I was just saying it feels overproduced, and
Yeah.
it's like almost like I'm watching something that's entertainment, and I don't know, I don't like to really take information on in that kind of way. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Casual. I don't watch them. I'm gonna be real. I think most self improvement, and this goes back to study YouTube as well. They're all just saying the same thing. Like no one said anything. They're not even entertaining. I don't know. In the studying niche especially, you just get so many people like doing day in the life. Okay, maybe I'm a hypocrite. I do day in the life. Not like you get so many people like producing content that everyone else produces, and they don't say anything
Mm,
different, and they don't help people. They just say the same thing, like ChatGPT generated advice that you can find online, but
mhm.
like the way they're presented is really cool. I don't know. I think Kajun Koi. I think I've watched one of their like iPad videos, but they all kind of say the same thing. But I know
Yeah.
he like the guy, the brothers that do it. I think they're what Matty and someone. They're two
I
brothers
don't
that run the channel, but I know they're making like so much money from it. They make like I saw one of their business videos and they said they made like 200K a month from the videos they produce, or from the program they sell from thingy. So I respect the business hustle.
mhm.
Uh, Yash does computer
You used
science.
to be a hold on. You used to be a study YouTuber as well, right?
No, I kind of said that. I don't think okay, study YouTuber. I think with productivity comes studying. Like I promote having an academic goal, a fitness goal, and a business goal. An academic goal is still a goal you have to have. I think getting good grades is a prerequisite for success. Like going forward, because of like AI and stuff. I don't know how much down the rabbit hole you've been through, especially being like a computer scientist, but you know that like the whole vibe coding, AGI coming like AGI coming up, computer science is not like it's not a prospective career. Like
Yeah.
there are, if you use GitHub Copilot, it codes better than every single programmer. You know what I mean?
Mm,
All like the senior lead developers, because my dad's a developer as well. No, he's not a developer. He's into cybersecurity, but he used to be a developer. But he was like,
mm.
yeah, like GitHub Copilot. Have you used Cursor?
I've heard of it, yeah.
Yeah, Cursor, GitHub Copilot. They just code better than every single programmer. So I think right now, academics having good grades is a prerequisite for success. It's not like seen to the same regard as it used to be, where it's like a something you're achieving, like you're working towards. It's just now, it's like to achieve success, or like to achieve the stereotypical success or be a successful person that people look up to, you need to have good grades as a prerequisite. And secondly, it's also fitness. I think right now you have to be like to be primed towards success, you need to have an aesthetic physique or be relatively fit. And also right
Yeah.
now, I think the most successful people I know have some kind of business running alongside them, or like some kind of money making, like they're just in the world of making like business decisions. I think those three
Hmm.
like combined are the best. Yeah, are the best. Like they set you up for the future the best, because I feel like the people I look up to right now who are young have done all three. So for when I'm gonna go on a bit of a rant, but ever
Hmm.
since I came to UCL, I have one of my friends, Zeno. He introduced me. He didn't introduce me, but he was telling me about people like another guy named Hassan, who's a content creator. But he got into Kings. He got like all A stars in his A levels, or like A star, A star, A. He got pretty much all nines. He has a good physique, and now he's also making money online. Like he's making like 50 grand a month
Hmm.
through agency or something. He like the best people, the people like young people look up to now have these three things in common, and it's not just grades. Um, but I don't know what the question was. But yeah, what's your opinion on that?
I think I definitely agree with the fitness and business. With grades, I can almost see it kind of losing importance now.
Yeah.
And
It's simple
that sounds
economics. It's
easy to
even
say.
within like low key, like even like university degrees. The whole thing about like
Mhm,
university degrees not really being useful. I think going to university is still a good thing to do, right?
mhm.
But I can see how like simple economics, if you increase supply and decrease demand, the price is going to go down. It's like the demand. Have you studied GCC economics?
I didn't do it, but I
It's,
understand it.
it's like you have the supply curve here. If you move it to the right and you move the demand curve down, the price for that is going to drop, and that's
Mm,
just basic economics. So like year on year, the university degree value is dropping. So that means 3 years from now, with AI and everything, like the university degree you hold is significantly less than what it used to be 3 years ago. And I can't imagine
exactly.
what that would be like, or like how the world would have developed. But sorry, I cut you off.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that, to be honest. That especially as the price of uni degrees goes up because of inflation and everything, um, it's kind of a cooked situation, but definitely I think it's still worth going for the experience and for the lifestyle that it provides you.
What is the lifestyle it provides you, Yash?
Man, you can go to uni and just live how you want to, and it's like a trial of living by yourself
Mm.
without most of the risks involved. So, um, because like at uni, you're surrounded by other people in the same situation as you. You've got support systems and everything in place if you need,
Hmm.
and still you're not bound by those support systems. So it's not like school where, you have to do everything at a certain timetable and there's authority figures that are, just basically telling you what to do with your studies and exactly how to do them. But it gives you that intermediate step between your own, being out in the real world and from school.
Yeah, but okay, that's for okay. You go to Oxford, I go to UCL. They're both very good universities. What if you went? What if you got into like NOS? Not to trash on NOS, but if you got into like some random university, would you still? Because I feel like those are way more decentralized. Like you just have the course. What if you got into like Open University? Would you still go?
No,
No. What would you
I
do instead? Okay.
I would honestly I would just spend the whole time working on. Oh, my light's gone off. I'd spend the whole time going like all in on online business and finish.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah, I think the. Have you read the 4 Hour Work Week?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So I think well, like the 4 Hour Work Week, just productivity wise, if you want to read a good book on business and also productivity, that is the book I recommend. I'm actually gonna make a full video, like complete 1 hour, 2 hour, a 2 hour guide going in depth on the 4 Hour Work Week because I feel like it's changed my life in like how I delegate stuff, how much I use Notebook LM for like lectures. Uh, wait, do you know like the Notebook LM method?
Nah, bro.
Oh, bro, I need to put you on. But students get 1 year free of Gemini Pro,
Yeah,
and like there's a Google has something called Notebook LM where if you upload lecture slides, it makes flashcards for you. It makes like mind maps for you. It makes like summary sheets for you, and they're all like detailed. They're all like how you want it to look like. So like, you can do like active recall and stuff just with by typing into AI. I need to put you on. But Gemini Pro
that's
is free
sick.
for all students for 1 year. So you also get 2 terabytes of storage on your Google account, and also like the Gemini AI agent for free. Um, but yeah,
That's
how have you used the free time that you got from university?
a lot of it has been spent. Um, I won't lie, I spent almost too much of it socializing,
Hmm.
and um, it definitely it makes me a lot happier, and it's really nice, especially being a former introvert. But I think that there is a certain element of discipline I need to exercise there, where it's like, yeah, I'm limiting it. This it does sometimes it gets in the way of study, and that kind of means you delay some stuff till the next day, and then that cycle kind of continues, and it can cook your routine entirely.
Yeah. Okay. What does a day in the life look like for Yash?
All right, so it's okay. I wake up, I do my little morning routine.
Hmm.
which is I go outside in the sun, I gratitude journal, and I meditate. And then I head straight to the library, bang
Hmm.
out some, and then I go to lectures. Straight after lectures, I hit the gym, and then I come back. Make sure to shower, guys, especially if you do computer science. Make sure.
Especially if you're Indian computer scientist.
Bro, they even have showers in our CS department. It's insane.
Really?
But that's
Does anyone
besides the
use them?
I don't know, bro. I mean, they seem pretty
You wouldn't
ugly.
know, of course. You're a computer scientist. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, bro.
Nah,
Yeah,
okay,
so
cool.
I come back. I do a couple more hours of studying. Then I kind of do all my food at one time in the day. Like there's like a 4 hour, 5 hour block where I eat
Really?
and
All of your food?
realizing.
Do you eat all of your food for in that 4 hour block?
Yeah.
Why?
Uh, because it's a lot easier to focus when you're fasted. And so I that's why I fast for like most of the day and then I get in my food in that
But
time.
I used to do that, to be fair, but I just
Mm.
eat as soon as I finish my first like work block in the morning. Because
Okay, fair.
do you not think that like protein synthesis, like it has the protein
Mhm.
synthesis window every hour or so, so you need to keep on replenishing yourself with protein synthesis. Did you take that into account?
To us, I never really thought about that too much. I was just like, yeah, if I'm getting enough protein in it's fine. But
Fair enough.
maybe I should think about it. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, that's pretty.
I'm
That's
going
fair.
to gain weight. It's
How,
pretty tough.
well, getting weight. How much you weigh now? If I don't mind me, if you don't mind me asking.
But wait, 5 kilograms is not good.
How much? Sorry, I
55.
55. Oh,
Uh-huh.
bro. Guess how much I weigh right now?
Just like looking, probably like 70.
No, I weigh like I think I'm 80, 88,
Huh?
7. Yeah,
That's it. That's crazy.
87. So I've bulked ever since coming to uni because I've gone from like a 80 kg bench to 120 kg, and
Mm.
like it's something insane like that. But I don't. What do you struggle with when bulking?
Getting in enough calories.
Like do you not know like the olive oil method or the peanut butter method?
No, I spam peanut butter, bro, but they
No.
don't even have, man. It's to be honest, I don't track them well enough, so I think I should probably maybe
Yeah.
eat and then I don't even have to track, but I know I'm hitting my calories that way.
Hmm. But you're lean
Probably
though.
doing.
You're lean though. So like, you lean bulking.
Um, yeah, I'm just trying to bulk um
Have
without
you ever
eating.
considered dirty bulking?
Dirty?
Would you ever
No,
do dirty
no.
bulking?
I'd never.
No.
I
Why? Is it because of like the junk food thing?
yeah. I just don't want to mess up my health for the sake of getting
Fair
bigger.
enough.
Because you
Fair
can
enough.
get big.
Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I used to. Nah, low key, like I can't. I kind of dirty bulks. Ever since going to university a little bit. Just to get cut. I wanted to hit. If I can hit 90 kg and then cut, then I'll look like really lean. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, no, that's good. Let's answer some of the chat because I feel like we've not addressed it a lot. So, what course does Yash do? He does computer science. Someone said not weird to socialize, bro. That's not what I said. I said you shouldn't set socializing, in my opinion. Oh no, I don't think you should set socializing as a goal. Like you shouldn't like
Mhm.
weirdly track. I'm gonna meet 3 people today as one of your goals to set off. I think you should have a productivity goal. Like the how good your day is shouldn't be dependent on how many people you meet. So no, it's not. I don't think it's weird to socialize, but I don't think that should be your like the north star of your day.
It's interesting. I do think that like socializing, like yeah, it's really weird to set the goal of I want to meet like X people today and like decide how good your day is on based on that. But I do think it is worth putting intention towards improving the quality of your friendships that you have and the quality of the relationships that you have with people. with your family, romantic relationships, the quality of those things, because they do greatly increase the quality of your life in general.
Mm,
And so like if you can have the intention of like improving that by a little bit every day, that's great. But yeah, it doesn't need to be a milestone, a quantifiable thing that you want to hit.
yeah. Yeah, no, like I said, if you have a goal, you're gonna socialize just generally going about the goal. So it's not weird to socialize. Um, Life isn't just about fitness or studying. It's about fitness, studying, and business. Um, yeah, now of course, life isn't about fitness or studying, but that should be your goal, though. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you can be happy at any point in the day. I'm not doubting that. Like, happiness is just an emotion you can turn on. Like, I can be happy right now, but I feel like having a goal, you can be happy. It's like the whole, you can be happy right now, or you can be happy in a Lamborghini. Like, you can still be happy. Like, you can still have good mental health. But I think setting goals is a good thing to do.
For sure. I guess I don't think goals should be like the purpose of your life. Like the purpose of your existence is not goals or like never mind, I'm wrong. The purpose of the purpose of your existence can be something that's not like just the goals that you want to make progress in day to day. That's what I mean to say.
Yeah. How can you get through? How can you get yourself to keep working on academics if you're going through grief slash external event causing bad mental health? Do you want to answer this first?
Sure. There's this mechanism that I've learned called letting go. There's a whole book on it. It's literally called Letting Go. Um, I forget. It's written by I think David Hawkins. Um, so yeah, if you want to read that book, read it. But essentially, it's just meditating, but processing your negative emotions that are associated with this grief and this event. And you can slowly transition this like emotion that you've got sitting in your brain through the levels of like grief. Now it's courage, now it's anger, now it's something positive, and you eventually get to peace with this event, and then it just becomes another story that it becomes a sequence of events that has happened. And you use the emotion to it. And that it doesn't take that long. It takes like 10-15 minutes max. But you have to sit there with the emotion and actually wrestle with it and experience it properly. Don't put it off. Once you do that, it's it's pretty simple to continue working on your academics.
Yeah. No, I think personally. Okay, no, no, not you personally. I know that if you set up like a predictable, like if you set a habit that you do every day, that you know means a lot to you, you automatically find ways to go through that regardless of what you're going through. So what I promote is having a predictable set of work hours every single day in the morning. Like regardless of what's happening in your life, what you're going through, like what's happening, you should be getting up fairly early and doing a couple of hours deep work every single day. And that's also why I have my community, the Deep Work Club, will keep you like accountable in waking up early. And we teach you how to do that. We teach you how to, it's basically an accountability system and like a daily core system of helping you wake up every day consistently and work. But if you have a predictable habit you do every single day, regardless of what you're feeling or what you're going through, you're gonna show up for the day. It's like, for example, the gym. If you have a habit of going to the gym, you're gonna like regardless of what's happening, you will prioritize the gym. That's why you see those people who go to the gym in Gaza. Like you see the gym people in like Gaza. That's like an active war zone. They're getting bombed, but they still go to the gym. You know what I mean? Like they still prioritize something that means a lot to them, even if they have trauma around them. But with like the trauma aspect or the external event aspect, I'm gonna be completely honest. Don't listen to. Like we're not registered therapists on this. Like you should probably get some help if it's like deep and if it's like really traumatic. It depends on what you're going through. But you should read a book called CPTSD, complex PTSD, which is something that a lot of people have, which causes like a negative effect on your mental health. But I know that meditating for a few minutes every single day helps you keep in the present moment. And also, there was a book about, I think it's the chimp paradox. Hold
Mhm.
on. I think it's, yeah, this one. Read this book. It's about how like there is a little chimp in your brain at all times, and how if you learn how to control that, regardless of what happens to you, you can always act on the good things. It's the same way how like imagine being like maybe politician isn't a good example, but imagine like your country being at war. Imagine like something deep happening to you. There are still people who work through that. And that is because they understand how to control their emotions and they have a predictable set of like they have a predictable habit or a predictable set of work hours for that. And again, like the Deep Work Club will help you like literally stay consistent every single day in waking up every day and staying consistent in the deep work habit, which I know a lot of people would lack. But just having that habit that you set every single day that means a lot to you will help. Someone asked, what do you think sets Oxford apart from the other universities? I think the collegiate system, the name Oxford.
Mhm. It's very true. And I think I'd like to add to that as well. Um, the environment is really nice, the ambience, and as like crazy as it is to hear, I think Oxford just like is a really beautiful place, and that's one of the key aspects actually that made me apply there. Just because like I'm gonna spend 4 years there, I want to spend it in a place that feels nice to be in. Um, and then yeah, like Sham said, the collegiate system, it just like kind of the social life of it.
Mm.
And another thing is the tutorials. They're like, if I had to say one thing's 80/20 of learning stuff, those are the 80/20. Those are like you get the most bang for your buck by far. Lectures are nothing compared to tutorials because you go to lectures, I don't know, you tune out for a little bit of it and like stuff like that. But in tutorials, you're sat there with a tutor and then like one other student, and you're going over the hardest concepts that you don't know and that you find the most difficult to understand, the most gruelingly difficult things. And so, if you can find a way to replicate that in your own university, or if you can find a way to really sit down and wrestle with the concepts that you find the hardest to understand, or force yourself to do that, then that's the most efficient way to study possible.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I feel like yeah, I think Oxford is or honestly, like Oxford and Cambridge, the Oxbridge name is a league of its own, but I don't think that that's guaranteed success. I want to do my goal is to do my masters at either at Oxford. Actually, I like that masters course, but I think like if you get into a fairly good university, you're gonna have a relatively similar experience to not to Oxford, but to the top, like Imperial. To be like, I've heard people say, "Oh no, like you didn't get into Imperial, so like you can't talk about going to a top university." I think UCL's pretty up there. It's like ninth in the world. Um, I think going to a top university has you have a relatively similar experience. It's only when you start dropping down into like maybe they're Russell Group universities or like just outside the Russell Group university where maybe you have to reconsider going to university. But I don't if you follow my advice and the way like I tell you to revise and the way I tell you to have a consistent deep work schedule and everything, um I think I genuinely think everyone can get good grades if they follow that consistently. I think a lot of the chat has gone through, so I'm going to skim through these questions. uh your philosophical questions. Hey Shannon, did you hit the gym today? I did not. I did not. Sorry. I have to hit it after this. Um, yeah, you know, in the Deep Work Club, do you have to pay? No. Okay, so in the Deep Work Club, how it works is we have bots tracking how often, like how many hours you spend in the. So how it works is we have a daily call, right? And we have bots tracking you as an individual and how many hours you show up for. So we don't only we don't only check if you've joined for the day. So that ticks off for the day. You've joined, like you've done deep work for the day. Um, it's the whole 2 minute rule in productivity. If you just turn up for 2 minutes, you can tick off the habit tracker. But also, it's the hours you spend. So if you spend more hours in the video in the course, like doing work, you'll put into a leaderboard, and then the people at like top two or top three get the membership for free. But also, like I will be in the deep work club as well, and I can almost guarantee that no one is beating me. NGL. I don't think people. I'm pretty. I think I've missed like 2 days. I've missed 2 days in the last 3 months. Like no, not 3 months. Like 2 months. waking up early. So I think I'm pretty consistent. This is for you. How do you read books effectively and retain information?
Hmm. Um, read the bits that you feel excited to read. So like when you read the book, um, there will be parts of the book which you look and you're like, oh, like it feels like a chore. Like, do I have to read this bit? Don't read that bit, bro. Like, if you don't want to read a certain bit of information, you don't have to, bro. Use your free will and read the book how you want to read it, and then you're gonna retain the most information from it that you can. And another thing I would say is like read sections that you want to, or read the entire book like multiple times. That way you can actually retain more of the information because you only retain about, I think it's like 8% of what you read the first time you read it. So read it multiple times.
Mm, yeah, yeah. I would recommend reading the book Make It Stick, if you've ever heard of that. I think, to be completely honest with you, I haven't read this entire book, Make It Stick. I've read like half of it, but the strategies they use to remember stuff are actually quite powerful. Random question, but how long does it take for the compound effect to come into effect? This is completely dependent on your own journey. A lot of people like are you familiar with the compound effect?
Yeah.
So it's like if your progress isn't linear to time. If you put in progress consistently, like the results are exponential. But this completely depends person to person. That's why the whole thing of an overnight success takes 2 years or 3 years, is because like people who have put in effort into one thing, into one goal, didn't really know when it would pay off. But then when it did pay off, it all happened at once. Um, what books do you recommend reading? What's your top five? I think this is for both of us.
Hmm. You can go first.
Uh, okay. I think reading the book Deep Work is genuinely the best book I could ever recommend. Deep Work, this book over here. I read through it multiple times. I think I can almost quote sections in this book. It's really powerful. Deep Work is one of the best books you could ever read. Then I would recommend reading a book called The Magic of Thinking Big. This one. This tells you about how you set goals, like what is goal setting. I used to think that I couldn't get good grades because I was brown and like I was Indian and I couldn't get like good in English specifically. I remember that particular thought process that I couldn't get good in English language specifically because I was brown and Indian. But this just breaks that belief. Like it tells you why you should dream big and why that's actually beneficial to you. So the principles in this book are really good. Um, then I would recommend you reading a book called Discipline is Destiny, which tells you how to become like how to operationalize discipline and like what is discipline. Um, so discipline is specifically the the process of doing work even if your emotions are against it. It's the whole like Hamza thing of like doing the work, especially when you don't feel it. That is the definition of discipline, and that book goes into that book is, it goes into exactly how um you that book goes into exactly how you do that like specifically. And then I would recommend what are my top five books. My fourth one is probably the 4 Hour Work Week. Honestly, the 4 Hour Work Week is a very good book. It goes over business, it goes over like productivity, it goes over how you should delegate stuff. And then my fifth book is probably I haven't even thought about this that much. Probably Flow by Mihaly. I don't know how to say his second name, but he has a very good book um, on like getting into the flow state. But your turn. What would you recommend as your top five books? That's a
I
get
think,
ahead of G. Okay. Okay.
oh man. Um, I'd probably put, um, I would definitely put deep work in my top five as well. Gonna steal that one from your list. Um, yeah, just because like it's like the most valuable skill that you can ever learn, how to work. And alongside that, I would I've not actually read Discipline is Destiny, but for a really like my favorite book ever on discipline is Can't Hurt Me
Yeah.
because
Yeah, I've read that. I've listened to the audiobook. I feel like that's a
it's
book you
so
can't
insane,
really
right?
like sit down and read. Like you have to like listen to it whilst you're like running. Because like when he talks about like running with the broken legs and stuff, that's insane. But yeah, go ahead.
I think that was the first book I was genuinely hooked to. I just couldn't stop reading that book because it was so good.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I think there's just something about the stories of David Goggins that once they get in your brain, it's like you don't want to wake up early in the morning and then you think to yourself, David Goggins did 3 hell weeks with like broken feet and stuff, and it's like,
Yeah,
yeah, I can't be this much of a like coward, right? I've got to go and do this.
yeah.
So that's definitely up there. I think $100 million offers, very important book.
That's a business book though. That's like okay for if you want to build a business, $100 million office is a very very good book.
It's and I think like if you want a good life and like you don't want to just work a corporate job, read that book.
Mm.
Um, Mindset is a really good book by Carol Dweck. Mindset. It's one of the
I don't think
like
I've read.
it's a really good book, but I do think it's very foundational. It's like one of the first books I ever read on
Mhm.
self-improvement. So that book teaches you how to think positively, which is it's an important thing.
Mm.
And finally, um, I think I'm on my fifth book. My fifth book, I would say, is um, yeah, it's got to be Letting Go by David R. Hawkins.
Mhm.
It's kind of spiritual. Um, you're probably not gonna really relate to it unless you've kind of looked at spirituality and stuff a bit. But if you do it, it explores some really, really powerful concepts
Yeah.
and get you on another level of thinking, which is really nice.
What do you mean?
So like so it kind of explores the idea of bliss as a state to be in. And it kind of you learn to detach yourself from material events and life as it is. And when you learn to detach yourself from the events of life and stuff, it means that you're not as shaken as easily, and emotional disturbance is like it's just like something which you have a repeatable process that you can use to process that emotion, and it's like nothing can really stop you from being happy, because you know how you say that like yeah, you can just turn on happiness as an emotion.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't come naturally to some people. It didn't come naturally to me at all. So this gave me a repeatable and a concrete process that I can use to achieve that kind of.
Yeah. No, I get that. I like the whole concept of like you can command your brain to like say. So, for example, if you say in your brain, you can like your inner voice can say like water. Like you can close your eyes and say the word water, and you can hear it. Like like you can hear that, right? So if you put in thoughts like that, you eventually your body reacts um to the way to the words you put into them, and that's also why I promote something. Or I'm about to make a video on something called the alchemy of self. Have you heard of that? It's
The
by
sum
an
of
entrepreneur by called Sam Evans, and basically what he would do is he would have a PDF document with a list of affirmations, a list of pictures of where he wants us to be, and a list of his goals. And he would read through that literally like throughout the day, when he woke up, when he went to sleep, and eventually he achieved every single one of them. And then one of his students, Charlie Morgan, another guy, he's like 10 years older than us, but he's like valued at $50 million. He went through the same process, and exactly the things he put into his alchemy of self came true. And I wanted to do a video on like manifestation, which I may do a live stream later. um but like I think the whole manifestation thing is very very powerful, because I feel like there have been points in my life where I've manifested or just thought of some like certain stuff, and it's come true like literally exactly how I wanted it to. Like for example, my 100, this is a bit of a silly example, but my 100 kg bench, I imagined where I would do it, which was in my home gym, and like I just had the mental image that it wouldn't be to music. And when I hit 100 kg bench, I was actually listening to TR Maths. Uh, but it's just like random things like that. Like I manifested that, but I've tried 100 kg before that. Like this was in year 13, and I just didn't hit it. So it's just like random stuff like that you can manifest in your own life. Have you guys read The Psychology of Man? Have you read The Psychology of Man? I don't think I have.
No.
What is it about, bro? Uh, no, don't worry. You're beautiful as it is, Shumid. Thank you. Uh, I think this. I think. By the way, the chat is over here. So when I keep on looking over this way, it's because I'm looking at the chat and I'm looking at like the streaming service. So I'm not like disinterested with your conversation. Um, because someone said this. Someone said Saturday isn't interested in this conversation. I am. Don't worry. I am. I am. I think psychology of the self is so important to understand what influences the small decisions we make every day and what nature of our own consciousness is. I don't know. I don't. Okay, I preach going into affirmations and I preach like somewhat meditation, but I actually don't preach going too much into spirituality. Honestly, like I feel like looking at the output, the people who get really spiritual, they just like they're not where I want to be in life. Let's just put it that way. Like people who are like super hyper spiritual, they're not really where I want to be in life. The people who work all day, like the output of that is where like somewhat where I want to be in life. The people who go to the gym like consistently, that's what I want to have in the future. But I feel like if you get too much into spirituality, it's the whole thing of like materialism isn't worth anything. Like you shouldn't focus on material objects. You should just focus on aligning yourself to the one true self. So like I don't really preach spirituality like that, and I'm also Muslim as well, so I don't know if I believe a lot of that.
Fair enough. I think different these different perspectives have their own merit, and it just does come down to what do you want out of life? You know, what is like if you had to visualize the perfect day, what would it look like? And from there you can pretty easily decide, whether you want to be engaged with this spirituality stuff or not. Personally, I, I value spirituality and I do agree with
What
this comment.
what part of spirituality do you value?
What do I value about it? I think the exploration of self is it helps you re kind of how do I say, rewire the thinking patterns that you have in your brain to make them more helpful for you. And I think that is really the whole crux of spirituality and everything. And I also think it provides your life with and you speak about religion, and I think religion is super important, and I think religion comes under spirituality. So um
I don't think so.
of
I don't
what?
know. I don't think spirituality has to come in contradiction with religion.
Mm.
What's your view?
I
Because
do think
like you're a Hindu, right?
yeah.
I feel like spirituality, like in the sense, is a lot like it's sort of East Asian. Like the stereotype is East Asian, so it's like
Mm.
Buddhism, Hinduism is a lot to do with spirituality. But I don't think like spirituality to me is just like you are not your thoughts. So the thoughts you have are not who you are. That and just exploring that is spirituality. But I still am a Muslim. I believe in like the Quran and stuff. I don't think it contradicts religion, if you know what I mean.
No, no, yeah, I get what you're saying for sure. And I agree with you, I think.
Yeah.
Um I actually think spirituality is like spirituality and religion are kind of the same thing, just at different levels of severity. They're like different, like religion is very like binding, and then spirituality is more of like an exploration, and so yeah, I think they're kind of the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I don't really agree with manifestation because it's kind of just thinking of something you what makes you get well. Okay, Zeno. Okay, so someone I'm friends with said he doesn't believe in manifestation because it
Mm.
contradicts God's power. I don't think these two talk. I think honestly, I think he's wrong. Like that's what I think. That's my view. I don't think that these two things have really an effect on each other. By manifestation, what I mean is if you tell yourself something, you're more likely to achieve it. Like that is true. Like even if in the Islamic perspective, it's like everything's predetermined, but that doesn't contradict this at all. Because okay, if you go to the gym, you're gonna get more jacked. Like that's how it works. That doesn't contradict the Islamic perspective. So in the same way, if you put into your brain that you will get something, your body's more likely to react like that. If you get what I mean. So like the way you think, the thoughts you have affect how you feel right now. It's the same reason why, like, if you watch a horror movie, you get scared. It's because that isn't there in. It's because that's affecting your thoughts, and then your thoughts are affecting how your body is feeling. If you know what I mean. I don't think those two things are contradictory.
I
But what's your opinion on what my friend said? He said that manifestation doesn't work because if you think about something more, it makes it go away. It's the whole of like I attract.
um I mean that's a whole like, to be honest, I don't know that much about manifestation,
Mm,
but I do everything that you just said, and um
yeah.
yeah, I guess that's all I can really say on that topic.
Fair enough. Okay, this is a question to you. He said, what does your typical day in the life of Oxford look like?"
Okay, so we kind of went over this, but I wake up, I have a little three-step morning routine that I do for mental health, and that's the same morning routine I would prescribe to everyone, which would be you go outside in the sunlight, or even if there's not direct sunlight, just go outside. Then gratitude journal, so take your journal with you outside, and then meditate. Do those three things every morning. Then
Hmm.
I go to the library, I do my problem sheets. That's like the most important piece of work that you can do, at
That's the
least that.
deep one.
Yeah, that's the deep work, right? Um, then I go to lectures, hit the gym, take a shower, have my meals, do a bit more.
Okay, yeah, we've gone through. Sorry, I forgot we went through this. But yeah,
Yeah.
solid morning routine. I can't lie. I promote something of the same. But yeah, I think what other topics do you want to go over? I think we've covered pretty much a lot. Like we've covered so much. What else do you think?
Yeah, I mean we could talk about I wanted to ask you actually what got you into YouTube in the first place.
Ooh, okay. First of all, number one, I saw people like Ali. Okay, so I made a channel actually. Should I put it up? Okay, I made a channel like literally in year 10. I was obese. I was so fat. Like I was traumatized. Like I didn't get good grades, but I still really liked the idea of like speaking to a camera. Let me see if I can put it up. Give me 1 second. Um, but I was like, but I wanted to like I was heavily inspired by Ali Abdal, like a YouTuber called Ali Abdal. So I
Mm,
really liked his YouTube advice was if you just upload 100 videos, you'll get somewhere. Like you that's like phase zero if you want to do it or not. And therefore, after you do 100 videos, then like you can decide to not do it. But first, you have to do the 100 videos. So now I'm at a stage where I've done the 100 videos and I know that I want to grow on YouTube. But
mm.
I feel like helping people and then also like genuinely just helping people got me into YouTube. And like by extension, even set like launching something like the Deep Work Club, launching these things help people at the end of the day. So the thing that got me into YouTube specifically was just I wanted to tell people, and I didn't really care about who watched. Um, for me, I remember the day that like my entire school found out was like the day I think the English language video popped off. So like I remember some guy came up to me and he's like, "Is that you?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, he's like speechless for a moment. He's like, that's you." And then like I remember going into like the cafeteria bit, and then everyone was kind of looking at me weird. But then again, like I'm not making like weird TikTok dances.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying like racist stuff online. I'm helping people in their productivity and fitness. So I feel like that's a respectable thing. Like if you're the type of person to make fun of someone for trying to help someone else, it kind of goes badly on you. Like fair enough. If you're gonna do like weird cringe dances on TikTok, I would partake in making fun of you as well. But I feel like if you just try help people, I don't think that's a bad thing, and therefore a lot of opportunities from like myself have come from that, and now I'm on like 5,500, and I want to grow to 10,000. I'm actually making a video with this guy named Henry Brand. I'm in the process of, so yeah, I'm growing slowly, slowly. Compound effect. That's what I'm trying in my own channel. If I constantly do this, there's gonna be one day. Maybe it comes a year from now. Maybe it comes 2 years from now. Maybe it comes 3, 5 years from now. If I just keep going at it, keep putting in the work, boom, it's gonna pop off. But what got you into
You got this,
posting
bro.
videos? No, I think I remember when I was starting this YouTube channel, I posted a video of me in the group chat, in our group chat, the Hamza the Hamza fans group chat, and then I was like, "Yo, like, what do you think of this editing?" And then like I remember Yash talking about it.
Hmm.
But yeah.
That was a while back, man. That was,
Mhm.
bro.
What got you into uploading daily reels?
Man, I actually it started from I wanted to have an online business. So, at first that was copywriting. So I did freelance copywriting, but then I got scammed and this was
Can you go
2000.
into how do you get scammed? Like what happened?
So this was like a 1.3K dollar deal. And then I wrote the copy, everything. It was like an email sequence. And then I sent it to the
By
guy.
copywriting, what did you copyright?
So I helped people like sell info products.
Yeah.
So I helped people who had schools. I helped people who were selling courses or like PDFs and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
and so I've got to hydrate. But yeah, I sent this guy the emails that I wrote for him. It took ages, and then he did not send back the money, and then I couldn't reach him, and he
Oh
just ran.
man, you couldn't like report it.
I tried, bro, but I
Uh,
lasted. I quit copywriting after that. I was like, screw
mhm.
this shit.
So you could like AI that now.
Uh-huh.
You can just AI that.
Yeah, AI is really good now as well.
Yeah. Just
Um,
Gemini Pro follow.com secrets. Yeah.
literally.
Yeah.
But AI thankfully can't make good, at least it can't make good original content. So,
Yeah. No, I think content creation is something AI can't replicate.
mhm.
Like, because people will always value the. Because imagine I okay, I don't have that many fans. I have like 5,000 people, but imagine I just like showed a PDF document. Like it takes away all of the relatability, the stories, like the personality from it. Than if I just like explain how this has helped me, and that's good. That's what helps content creation. But yeah, so what? It's just started from there. And you have an online business, don't you? You have a school.
I do, I do.
Yeah, like that.
Truthfully, I need to improve it a lot more. And I've spoken with Sham about this, like how I should go about improving it. And I think
Yeah,
there's something in store for that. It's gonna be a lot more focused on, who I'm actually
yeah.
making this gonna be more concrete.
Oh wait, honestly, what does that school do?
It basically that's the thing I'm not even certain about it right now. It's there's just like challenges and accountability and stuff for you to
Yeah,
do basically do what I preach about. But it's nothing more than just improving your mental health right now. So I do
yeah,
need to make it more concrete and a kind of a transformational kind of roadmap for people to actually follow.
yeah. Now, one thing I would give advice to you is this book of .com secrets. There's a story where a new manager, a new CEO is appointed to like a small startup company, right? And then he goes into the company, and then he goes and like has like a board meeting with all of the employees. It's like a startup. There's like 10 people who work for the company, right? And then he's like, okay, as the new CEO, as the new manager, I'm gonna implement this change and then this change. And then like someone says, no, no, hold on, stop. Stacy doesn't agree with this. Stacy wouldn't like this, and then everyone in the meeting room agrees, and he's like, okay, yeah, fair enough. And then he brings up something else. He's like, okay, we're gonna implement this, and then someone else says, oh no, but Stacy wouldn't like this addition to this, and then everyone agrees in like unanimously, and then he keeps on going, and like some of the points he says, some of the additions he says to the company, everyone like unanimously agrees in the company that Stacy doesn't agree with this one addition. And then like he's like, what the hell? Like who's this Stacy? Why isn't she in the room? And then they all like laugh, and they bring him to a like another room, and they show him a document, like a fully fledged document of like the ideal character, like every single characteristic that they've named Stacy, like their dream ideal customer, exactly what problems they have, exactly like what age they're at, what problems they have, like who they're friends with, what their interests are, what kind of content they watch, like literally like a 5-page document detailing exactly who they're trying to target to, who their dream customer is. And then that is who Stacy is. And he promotes the idea of having a dream customer you're selling to. So for example, with the Deep Work Club, my customer is someone who struggles with like someone I'm not trying to promote this like community to someone who doesn't want to get good grades. Like if you
Mm.
actually genuinely don't want to be productive, this isn't for you. This is for someone who wants the good grades. They want the tangible result. They actually want to be productive. They actually want to do work. But they're struggling with stuff like consistency. They don't know how to work. They try to work all day, but they don't get the correct grades, and they need some kind of system and some kind of accountability to do that. And that's why I formed like I framed it in the way I have. And for you, like you just need to look at the person you're targeting, look at the content you're making, and detail that to someone that you know like everything about. You need to have like some person in your mind that you're trying to talk to. There's a specific reason why I make the jokes I make and like the stuff I say on this channel, and it's because like I'm not speaking to the audience, I'm speaking to that one person, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
So that's what .com secrets provides. And also when you sell something, when you try and like especially in business in general, I'm not like experienced on this, but I'm just launching my own one. But you need to sell some kind of they buy the result, and they don't buy the product. So the
Mm.
result I'm going to give you here is you wake up every single day and work consistently in the morning. That is like my guarantee to you. The way you do it is like accountability. You do it through daily calls. You do it through like the productivity playbook. You do it through the community. But they don't really like the customers don't like that. They like the transformation it gets you, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
So what would you say is tangible? Like is the thing you can what result would your dream character like?
Work less and then have more time to do the stuff you enjoy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's a good start. I recommend you make like a 5-page document exactly like what content they consume, who they're friends with, literally everything about this person. If you're interested, there's a guy named Charlie Morgan who has a
Yeah.
business channel, and he has a video on this where he's like a multimedia, but he has like a 50-page document exactly like what their insecurities, like weird stuff like that, what how they were treated as like in childhood. I don't go into that much depth, but like you see how like intricately they know their dream customer. But that's what I would uh promote you to do. I think we'll finish up soon. I'll just answer some more questions.
Sweet.
Unless you have other talking points to discuss.
Nothing in particular.
Okay. What do you guys think of stoicism?
Stoicism is great. Stoicism is I think it's probably the most respectable school of thought in terms of philosophy, and I enjoy it thoroughly.
Yeah, yeah. I think the idea of being stoic, like you are not your thoughts, is very powerful, and a lot of people don't have that. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I have that completely either. I think I'm impulsive. I think I'm emotional sometimes. So that is a very important thing to have. What if you've already always been a good student and you are relatively productive, waking up in the morning most days? Is the Deep Work Club still for you? Okay, so the Deep Work Club, okay, like think about it this way. If you do it, this will just help you. Like this is the safety net you have. So this will keep you accountable, and also it will not only tell you, like, imagine you randomly get into a rut. It tells you how you progressively overload into waking up early and doing deep work, and also it keeps you accountable. So there's the leaderboard aspect, like there's the boss aspect. It just, if you're 100% consistent, this community is still for you. Like it 100% is. And like the deep work program, so I'm launching this one, and then I'm also launching another one, which is like, this one's really expensive, but it's like a one-to-one thing where, imagine you're waking up, imagine you're like, okay, this isn't for students specifically. I just want to make this a deep work club is this. What I'm also um launching is like a one-on-one coaching program. Is if you're waking up every single day consistently, but you need like weird stuff like KPI trackers, if you want like productivity KPI trackers, and like random like micro productivity boosts, and you're 100% consistent in waking up early, that one's for you. That's the other website, Deep Work Club Elite. But most people, I think the Deep Work Club is very useful. For most people, you will get, I'm not joking, like this is the work you need to do to get top grades in all of your subjects. Like if you imagine this, like Yash, you would agree with me. Imagine like from the start of year 12, imagine you woke up every single day in the morning and did deep work every single day. Or like imagine even 80% of your days. Imagine how much further ahead you would be than you are now. And I know you already go to Oxford, but there's a specific person that I won't tell. The person I was telling you about, on our call a couple of years, like days ago.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
there's one person, his daily routine. He goes to, I think he's in maths or engineering, but his daily routine. Go ask him what his daily routine is. It's waking up early around 6 and then just working. And genuinely, I'm not even joking. He's probably one of the smartest people at Oxford. Like this guy was insane in class, and he just woke up early and did like literally this habit. So this is the community that will keep you accountable for that. But yeah,
I do
eh, go ahead.
probably, if you laid out all of the possible habits that you can have, this is single-handedly the greatest single habit that you could ever get good
Exactly.
at.
Like I remember Iman Gadzi said the reason he became a multi-millionaire is literally just because he woke up, did 4 hours of deep work in the morning, and that's it. Like he became a multi-millionaire. Imagine your goal is just to get into Oxford or just get good grades. Imagine like the difference in difficulty. One's multi-millionaire, multiple agencies, and he's saying that all he did was 4 hours of deep work in the morning. Like you don't need to do more than that. If some a multi-millionaire has gone from zero to that by doing 4 hours of work consistently, you probably don't need to do more than that. And if you are doing more than that, the work you're doing isn't exactly efficient. Yeah. Any last minute conversations? Otherwise, I think this has been a very productive conversation with you, Yash. Let me just go through the chat. Can you see the chat?
I can't see the chat now.
I can't put it. I can't even put it on stage. I think if you look at your phone, you can see the chat through there, maybe. Or just go to YouTube and then you can watch the live stream on your phone and then like
Oh, I
see
got
any
my
questions
phone.
that stand out to you.
Cool.
Um, this is a question for you. Someone said you said you were a former introvert. How did your personality change?
Yeah, so man, I was actually so introverted. It's crazy. I would go to like these house parties and stuff with like my family friends, and I would stand in the corner or like be on the like weather app on my phone or something, pretending.
Wait. Were you this meme? Hold on. Well, I don't know if I can get this off. Wait. Let me just share my screen quickly. I can't even share my screen. Damn. But yeah, no, that's funny though. That's good. I respect that. I respect that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was the kid on the weather app, man. It was so bad. And yeah, I kind of I would tell
That's good.
myself bad things because of that. But I started becoming more outgoing and I started to just give positivity without any expectation of receiving. And just doing that over and over and over again got me so much more social. And I actually built a social that it's so amazing that like I have friends like everywhere, you know, any kind of thing I want to do, anything I need help on, there's always someone I know, and it's just amazing. That's my bedtime alarm. Hold up.
Yeah.
Um, even Sham, right? Like if I didn't have good social skills, I wouldn't be friends with him.
Yeah. Wait, how so?
Because the thing is, people who are on self-improvement, people who make progress on self-improvement, they don't respect people who don't actually have good social skills. And like it's one thing
Okay,
to
I can't lie. Like, maybe you're surrounding friends, but I have friends who don't have good social skills. For example, I had
you think.
someone on this channel a couple of days ago called Cheyenne. The guy's a this guy's a black pillar, stays at home, has no friends, but he's like one of my best friends. So
Mm,
I don't think it's that much, but yeah, no, it
fair
definitely
enough.
helps. Definitely helps. Yeah, but go ahead. I cut you off. Sorry.
No, no, I mean I didn't really have that much to add, but I think yeah, just being a more pleasant person to be around,
Mm,
it makes you better. I think it kind of goes without saying, but
yeah,
yeah, when you add value to other people's life, then people add value into your life, and it's just a lot better.
100%. I think we'll go through two more questions and then we'll end it for the day. Someone said, "How do you deal with distractions, social media, video games, etc.?"
Um, you have to. This is the way that works for me. There's obviously a lot of ways, but it's the same way that I cut out junk food entirely, which is um visualize. You need to really visualize in depth the negative effects of social media and video games on your life. So like you can visualize. This is really really extreme, but you can visualize social media ruining your marriage in the future. And if you do that, like, and if you start to connect the dots, you'll genuinely realize how dangerous it is to be addicted to it. So, um, out of fear, you just won't.
Yeah. Now, before the marriage, you need a wife. You're a wife, Yash.
Huh?
Do you have a wife? A girl?
Not yet, not yet. Soon, soon, soon.
Fair enough. The next question is: Does my no? If you were saying, can we get Shy in part two? He said he'll come on it soon. He's very busy with dentistry exams and watching Black Pill content. But he said he'll come on it soon. Um, what do you think of the Black Pill? Before we end, what do you think of the Black Pill?
I I genuinely I dislike the black pill, or the ideology that tends to come like that's
Mhm.
trending in black pill. I think to an extent the black pill there is some truth to it of like, yeah, okay, your genetics matter, the cards that you were dealt matter, but it's like, um, what are you gonna do about it? You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do anything.
yeah, 100%, 100%, 100%. No, to be fair, I think I over exaggerate how much like shut I sent the picture to Cheyenne and then he's like no he's not like a black fella, he's just like he's funny in it. But yeah, I disagree with the black pill ideology. I can't lie. um uh, Someone said, okay, I think this is the last I did some research with the black pillars after your live stream. Tell me, why were there people smashing their bones with hammers? Because they believe that you can't achieve success in the future if you don't look good, and they think that if you smash your face with a hammer, your face will look more attractive. Don't get into the black pill, okay? Um, I think this is the last question we'll have, and then we'll call it a day. Wait, before that, what futures guest do you have? Uh, what future guests you have? I think you should get more of your interesting friends to come on. I actually have a lot of people I want to bring on. So I have one guy. No, I have a guy named Henry Brand. If you know who he is, do you know? Have you heard of Henry Brand? He's like big on like the studying niche. Henry Brand is going to come on soon. I have another like Turkish friend who also goes to the gym. I think I know some quite interesting people. So I'll bring them all on the live stream. But I think you're a very interesting person.
Cheers, bro.
But the last question is, Do you believe that degrees have the same value they once had?
No, degrees are losing their value quite rapidly. And honestly, if you this sounds crazy coming from an Oxford, but if you don't want to go to uni, if you don't want to do a degree, then I completely understand you. Uh, as long as you have some kind of pursuit academically or intellectually, if you have some kind of intellectual pursuit, then that's kind of what you need. You don't need a degree in order to have that.
Hmm. Uh, yeah, yeah. I completely. One of my best mates, the Zeno, he didn't go to he got into UCL economics, and didn't go to university because he has like an agency. But yeah, I
Mhm.
agree with that. Do you have any final thoughts, final message you want to leave the live stream with? I think we peaked at 37 viewers,
It's pretty
37
good.
likes, which is actually pretty good to be fair.
Yeah. Um, no, I mean, it was just a really nice conversation. It
Yeah,
was, I learned a lot of things. It was also just nice getting to know you a bit better as well on this. It was cool.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We've
And
been friends like how many years, but like we haven't actually like talked for that
yeah,
long.
we've not like,
Talked
had
for long.
a hour long conversation, so that was
Yeah.
pretty cool.
No, we haven't even
Yeah,
met in person.
funny.
We haven't met in person.
Yeah, that's crazy, right?
Yeah, we just been like Discord friends. Discord friend. My Discord friend Yash. Ah, Bob Crawley.
And
But yeah, I
those
think
days.
what I want to leave the live stream is, yeah, go subscribe, go follow Yash on Instagram. I'll link it down below. He makes very thoughtful content on self improvement. Do deep work, have a productive goal, fitness goal, and then if you just work towards it, you get the goal. Honestly, just set habits, and yeah, I think having a role model you kind of look up to is good. Having like the whole thing of have the sum of five people, the five people you're friends with, is you. You are the sum of the five people you spend the most time with. I think now it's that you are the sum of the five content creators you consume the most. So if one of those content creators is me, I'm very grateful for that. Um, but choose the people choose what you consume as well. So yeah.
Very
Yash, it was very good having you on. Don't end the stream. Don't end the stream. I'll end the stream manually, but then I'll talk to you later. But thanks everyone for tuning in. This will
was a
be
pleasure being on.
yeah, it was a pleasure. This will be record. This will be posted on my YouTube channel in a few days. I'm uploading way more regularly on my channel, but not exactly every day, but as literally like every once in 2 days. Someone said Shamalam, you're in my number one in the YT recap. Thank you, Zara. It means a lot. Thank you.